Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Apocablog. Day 1475 of returning to our regularly scheduled bullshit. See what's new in the headlines. What's new? Now Sweden and Spain record their first cases of new super infectious mutant coronavirus strain found in the UK. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I dare you. California is at the breaking point. COVID patients and ambulances are waiting 8 hours before entering ERs as ICUs run out of capacity, and hard-hit LA County probes whether the new, more contagious strain is spreading locally. I have a thought. How about all the nurses stop fucking line dancing? Maybe they can, turn these folks around a little bit quicker. Nearly 119,000 COVID-19 patients spend the holidays in hospital, as at least 1,541 Americans die of the virus on Christmas Day. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I dare you. Not likely. No other case like this. Missouri toddler 3 has stroke after COVID-19 diagnosis, but has made a miraculous recovery that his parents are calling the best Christmas present ever. Doubt it. Golf legend Greg Norman, 65, reveals he and his son have coronavirus after a Florida golf tournament and says, "Fuck COVID," in an Instagram post from his hospital bed. Super infectious mutant strain of coronavirus found in Ireland a week after it was found in the UK, and Britain sounded the global alarm. It's almost like somebody handed out, here's this talking point for the week. Super infectious mutant strain. CDC says mosquitoes and malaria were its most viewed stories of the year last year, not COVID. That should tell you something. TSA screened 616,000 passengers on Christmas Day, despite warnings not to travel. With 119,000 COVID patients in the U.S. hospitals, one person dying every 10 minutes in LA and Dallas, left with just a dozen ICU beds. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I dare you. Let's line dance. California's Christmas COVID crisis. Overwhelmed LA hospitals brace for new wave as staff move gurneys into gift shops, with a patient dying every 10 minutes. Kind of like they're trying to reinforce that. LA is investigating whether super infectious mutant COVID strain from UK is behind surging cases, as terrifying graph shows California's infection rate spiraling out of control. How dare you? And of course, I can't keep my face out of the fucking media. Keebler ass clown fucking Fauci warns Americans the worst of COVID-19 is still yet to come. Be afraid. Be very afraid. I dare you. And this is all, terrifying and blah, blah. Whoa, sky is falling in. But line dancing videos of nurses in hospitals because they have nothing else to do proves this is bullshit. When a Coca-Cola tests positive for COVID, this is bullshit. And and they tell you it's bullshit because, look, they tell you straight out, if they test somebody 5 days in a row and that person tests positive 5 days in a row, they're counting that as 5 cases. So these numbers are astronomically inflated, and it's just one of these things where, nobody got the flu this year. The incidence of flu is so low they can't measure it. Because everything's COVID. A guy has a heart attack, COVID. 5 people died in a town in Colorado, wherever the fuck it was, I don't know. 2 of them were gunshot wounds, COVID. Some guy fell off a ladder, died, COVID. So it's just one of these things where, This is all just to scare everybody into staying home and not getting their jobs and not being able to take care of themselves and, headed to the Great Reset, the global reset, which I've been doing some research on them. We'll get into that because it is the most terrifying fucking thing ever, and word for word, we're living out the plan right now. But, and look, I can prove this bullshit because my kid's teacher got the Rona, tested positive, like the Coke. And they sent him home and and they contacted the state, and the state starts calling me. And, every 10 fucking minutes my phone is ringing, and I'm, dutifully ignoring it because they can go suck a dick. And something really interesting happened. After 4 or 5 days, they stopped calling. And they didn't, because they figured out I wasn't going to play. Take your bullshit fucking gag and go fuck yourself with it. I'm not in. Now, if this were what these stories make it out to be, every 10 minutes, you would think that after 4 or 5 days of not being able to contact anybody at my house, they would have sent, a hazmat unit over with, a blowtorch and a flamethrower to clean up the corpses and make sure the super mutant COVID strain doesn't fucking, spread. But they didn't do that. And they didn't do that because they didn't think I was dead. They didn't think my wife was dead. They didn't think my kid was dead. And by the way, you would think they would send somebody over to check on the 14-year-old kid. But no, because this isn't real. And they know it's not real. This is a participation event, children. I cannot stress this enough. The moment that we stop participating, this goes away. Kind of like social media. Turn off your device and poof. Mark Zuckerberg can go fuck his mother because you're not there. See you tomorrow.